Rio Ngumoha is currently a key player for Liverpool's youth academy teams. Ngumoha joined Liverpool's academy in September of 2024 following his departure from the Chelsea youth setup. Despite being at Liverpool for just a short amount of time, he has made a huge impact as he has progressed through Liverpool's reserve teams, was eventually handed a first team debut at 16 years and 135 days, making him Liverpool's youngest ever FA Cup player. As well as being a Liverpool under-18s regular, he has represented England at youth level, at under-15s, 16s and 17s. After reading various scouting reports and watching match footage of Rio Ngumoha, it is obvious why Liverpool snatched a player with such high potential away from a big rival. Even at a young age, it's obvious his main strengths are his dribbling, agility and flair. He glides past players with ease and often drifts into dangerous positions. Once he senses an opportunity, he can also unlock defences with his passing. His overall attacking play makes him a dangerous player in the final third. In terms of his weaknesses, it's mainly down to his age. He will need to bulk up a bit as he is a bit lightweight and sometimes he can run himself into trouble when making the wrong decisions. Thanks to the hard work and dedication of Passion for FM, we can show you what Rio Ngumoha would look like if he were in the FM24 database, and this could give us a sneak peek as to what he may look like in FM26 when it is released later on in the year. Now, if you're the type of manager who loves to scout all of the Wonderkids in the Football Manager series and you want to add hundreds of brand new Wonderkids to your save games, you're going to need the Passion for FM Next Gen database. There will be a link to that database in the description down below. Simply download it and start it alongside a brand new save games. You'll unlock hundreds of brand new Wonderkids from across the globe. Players like Rio Ngumoha will be available for you to scout, train and develop. Right then, in today's video, we're going to be looking at Rio Ngumoha's career. We're going to go 15 years into the future to see how he develops. Now, at this point, Liverpool fans, this is your chance to get in the comments section down below. You may notice I'm wearing a Liverpool shirt, and as a Liverpool fan myself, I think that we have a real diamond in Ngumoha. But let me know what you think of Ngumoha. Is he going to go on and hit the heights that we all think in real life? Do you think he will go and hit the heights in this simulation too? How do you think he's going to turn out? Do you think he will be a future Liverpool star? Or do you think he may possibly not hit the heights that we all expect? Whilst you're in the comment section, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There are plenty of these types of videos that will be uploaded to the channel in the next weeks and months as we move towards later on in the year with FM26 coming out. We are potentially looking for the next big things in the game, and I think that we have found quite a few of them. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the players that you should be looking for in FM26. Right then, as I was saying, we are going to go 15 years into the future to see how Ngumoha will turn out. We are going to do that in 5-year increments, going at 5, 10 and 15 years. To start the game off, I tried to replicate things to the current day. So I started the save game off in 2024. That means that Ngumoha is still 15 years old. He's part of Liverpool's under-18s. Now, the attributes that you see on screen are only an estimation of what we think he could be like in the game. So if he turns out to be better or worse in save games, don't fret. He still has the potential to go on and be a star, I am sure. But looking at him at the beginning of brand new save games, in terms of the technicals, crossing of 12, dribbling of 12, first touch of 11, long shots of 11, and technique of 12 are all the standout attributes there. In the mentals, determination of 11, flair of 12, off the ball of 11 and vision of 12. And in the physicals, this is where he's exciting. Acceleration of 14, natural fitness of 13, pace of 13. Now the player is only 5'3" in the game, but there is plenty of room for him to develop. I'm pretty sure by the time he's around 19, he will have grown. And also at 8 stone 9, he's probably a little bit lightweight, but then for a quick winger, you want him to be a slight frame, but he does still need to bulk up for later on in his career. So that is him at the beginning of 2024. How do you think he's going to develop? There's only one way to find out. Let's start his career by going 5 years into the future. We have now reached the first checkpoint. That means we are 5 years into the future. It is 2029 and Ngumoha is now 20 years old. We can see he's still at Liverpool. He has moved up from the under-18s to the under-21s. And he has even spent a season out on loan at Hull to gain some first-team experience. He played 14 times and scored 3 goals whilst he was at Hull City. Looking at the player himself in terms of his development, in the technicals he has really started to come along now. 15 for crossing, 14 for dribbling, 12 for long shots, 13 for technique. The mentals are pretty much his weak point still, but he has still got development there too. Determination of 15, flair of 13, off the ball of 13, vision of 13 and work rate of 13 also. And in the physicals there are some steps forward there too. Acceleration of 16, agility of 17, natural fitness of 15, pace of 14. In terms of his strength, he's up to 10. He has grown a couple of inches to 5'5", and he has put on a significant amount of weight, moving up to 11 stone, meaning he's now equipped to deal with adult football once he breaks into Liverpool's first team. So at this point, he still looks like he has lots of potential to fulfill, but the development is encouraging. Let's see how he will develop by the time he reaches the age of 25. At the 10-year checkpoint, we have moved forwards to 2034. Rio Ngumoha is now 25 years old and he's still at Liverpool. In terms of his career development, he has gone from Liverpool's under-18s to 21s. He has now finally made the breakthrough into Liverpool's first team. He has played 106 times and scored 35 goals. He has also made his England debut, making 17 appearances and scoring 3 goals for them also. In terms of the player himself, he has now experienced that explosion of development that we thought could happen quite quickly. And looking at his attributes, he has had progress everywhere. In terms of the technicals, the standouts are now crossing, dribbling, corners and technique. In the mentals, he does still have a few weak points, but the standouts there are his decisions, off the ball, vision and his work rate. And in the physicals, he's now becoming a defender's nightmare. 17 for acceleration, 17 for pace, 18 for agility, 16 for balance. In terms of the player himself, he has come on leaps and bounds from that first profile that we showed you in 2024. 10 years into his career, he's looking like an absolute superstar. With 5 years still in this experiment to go, how much more development can come in those next 5 years? We have now reached the final checkpoint of the experiment. We are 15 years into the future. It's 2039. Rio Ngumoha is now 30 years old and he's still at Liverpool. He has now played 266 times for Liverpool. He has scored 78 goals in total. He has made 78 appearances for England and scored 18 goals. In terms of the player, we asked how much more development was to come between the ages of 25 and 30, and the answer is a little bit. There's not too much in terms of massive amounts of development, but what he did do was reach that age of 25 and have that explosion of development, and he has now just continued to add little bits here and there to his game. And you can see that when we look through the attributes. In terms of the technicals, crossing of 18, dribbling of 16 and technique of 15 have also now been matched by finishing and first touch. In terms of the mentals, it's still the decisions, off the ball and his vision, but he also scores highly there for work rate, anticipation and his determination. And in the physicals, acceleration of 16, agility of 19, balance of 17, natural fitness of 16, pace of 16 and stamina of 14. At this point of the age of 30, he is the complete footballer. His media description is an elite winger. He's an important player for Liverpool, also an important player for England. And I think this is a fair representation of what he could become if he gets the first team chances at Liverpool. My personal opinion, though, is that at this point of his career, he could actually look a bit better. I think if he would have had first team football a bit quicker in those initial phases, it took him a few seasons to get out on loan and to work his way up from the under-18s to the under-21s and then into the first team. But I think if you fast track him through your teams, and maybe if you sign him away from Liverpool, or if you're playing as Liverpool and you want to develop the player, I do think you can get a bit more out of him. And certainly, if this is his peak, he's going to be a fantastic player. But if you can develop him past what you see on this screen, I I think you're going to get one of those players that could fall into the upper elite style player who maybe even been with a shout of winning Ballon d'Ors if you're doing well in Champions Leagues and winning Premier Leagues. And I think Rio Ngumoha could be the real deal, certainly in terms of this game, definitely in terms of FM26. And in real life, I think the sky is the limit for the player. Now, I may be a bit biased as a Liverpool fan, and I really am wishing that he does well. But once again, let me know in the comments section, Liverpool fans and anybody else who wants to throw in their 2 pence worth as well. Do you think Ngumoha can evolve into this stage of his career? Do you think that the simulation has shown him to his best abilities? Do you think he's going to reach this elite winger status and certainly have the kind of career that sees him play 280 times in professional football with 81 goals? Whilst you're in the comments section, again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There is plenty of this type of content coming in the weeks and months as we move forwards towards the new game. Now, I know FM26 is miles in the distance. I'm under no illusions of that, but it will soon be here. The way the world works is everything goes super fast, and soon enough, we will be in November, and hopefully we will have the shiny brand new game, and you can go and look for Rio Ngumoha to see if I'm very right or very wrong in the predictions that we have got here. Once again, if you want the database to get hundreds of brand new Wonderkids into your saved games, there will be a link to that in the description down below. Download the Passion 4 FM Next Gen database. There is literally hundreds of hours that has gone into developing this database just so you can see the next gen of players. For this one though, I'm going to wrap it up. Big thank you for watching the video today. Thank you for your interactions on the channel. Hopefully I will see you on another video very soon.